Well, all right. I am Praise Mark Polo.
And I am Engineer Kelly.
And this is Family Morning. It's a fresh day. Coming up, we have inspirational quotes.
Yes, something to help you go through your day with joy.
Right, and we also have Today in History.
Well, we'll be discussing Marcus Garvey's Back to Africa program amidst other interesting subjects.
Of course, inventions and innovations.
And then we'll be discussing an invention that you use every single day.
And for Info Minutes, yesterday we were giving you some points on traditions you can, start to do with your family. So we'll be talking about that today too.
Exactly. Stay with us as we discuss more traditions that you and your family can adopt to go closer together.
Stay tuned.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back. So, our inspirational quote of the day.
Well, today we're taking the words of a very wise man, Winston Churchill, and he says, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts."
Right.
That's right. Those are very deep words. Every little sentence packs a punch. I mean, and you talk about the initial sentence. He says, "Success is not final." Right.
I think it's something a lot of us youth have to understand. Like that whole, like you're saying, even each part, if you have to take it bit by bit, it's a whole statement on its own.
Exactly.
Success is not final. A lot of people believe that once they get successful, that's it. They've, in a sense, they've reached, like they've become that person. Once they've maybe achieved some of their goals, they feel like, okay, that's it. But they don't understand that success, the key to success is actually consistency. So if you want to actually be successful and maintain success,
right,
you have to be consistent.
Consistent.
So even in your success, you have to be consistent with your success. I think that's why he's saying success is not final.
I mean, to add to that, I remember learning about Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Right.
We talk about reaching the self-actualized state. And whilst it's a good, goal to reach and aim towards, we need to realize that self-actualization is not a destination, it's a journey. And so, even when we get to that part of success that we're looking at, also depending on how you define success. If you're looking at material gain, trust me, you'll never feel successful. There's always more to get.
There's always more.
Yes, but however, success in your life, with your family, we're family oriented here at Family Morning, and we want you to be successful with your family.
Exactly.
Yes.
And he says failure is not fatal. One thing Steve Harvey said that I really appreciate and I took, he says that, listen, he says, if you don't fail, you can succeed.
Wow. I need to hear that again.
Yeah, he says, if you don't fail, you can succeed. And he says, it made me realize that, like, success is built on the things, like the failures. Because it's like your failure shouldn't be, and the reason why he was saying your failure is not fatal is because your failure shouldn't be, I mean, they say true failure, let me put it this way. True failure is when you don't rise back up.
Oh, right. When you just admit defeat and you stay down, you don't try again.
That is true failure. But when you decide that, no, I failed at this, but then you still pick it up to do it again, it is not failure. It is just a hindrance, or in a sense.
Well, I like to think of it as, every failure is actually just a lesson on how not to do it.
Exactly.
Right. So, I mean, we talk about, usually they use the example of Thomas Edison and how many times he had to try to finally get the light bulb that we're all enjoying today. Right. And so with every time he failed, he realized, okay, this is one way, this is not going to work.
Exactly.
There are other ways that I need to try. There are other avenues, other opportunities, other doors I need to knock on The point
Exactly.
here is resilience. You know,
Resilience.
you don't want to
Resilience.
get yourself stuck in a rut.
Resilience, yeah.
You don't want to just lay face down and say, of course, there's a place for that. You
Right.
know, like you get a
Right.
setback. It's
Right.
okay to take a minute to
Right.
reconfigure yourself,
Right.
right?
Right.
But don't stay in the rut.
In the rut.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We
makes
need to
sense.
move forward. We need to be resilient. And that
Exactly.
brings us to the next part. He says that it's courage
Hmm.
that, you know, the courage to continue that counts. It's
Courage
really
to
the
continue.
courage that counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, in I don't really know about other parts of the world, but especially here in Ghana, sometimes I don't know whether it's something from our childhood or from school and the way they treated children when you didn't really do well in class.
Right.
You know, that whole idea of where children were beaten, or maybe like mental. If you remember back then, they say
Do
two
I remember?
times two, 5 times 5, and the teacher is holding the cane and he's right
Ready
behind
to-
you,
to-
ready to whip you if you don't get it right. And
Exactly.
you know that kind of has this mental, you know, how would I say it?
Implication.
Implications. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you for the mental implication on the child, because now the child feels like if I fail, I'm not good enough.
And I'm going to get punished
And
for
I'm going
it.
to get punished for it. So
Right.
subconsciously, as we grow up, even when we become adults, you see that you feel at something and you feel like the world is your failure and people's reactions. So it's like the world is your teacher and the reactions of people are like the king that
Wow.
keeps beating you.
Today with the analogies. Keep going.
And it just makes it difficult, especially for an African, because sometimes you watch even Hollywood movies, and sometimes you just watch documentaries of
Right.
children outside Ghana, and you see that the child can feel at something, and then the parents or the teacher can encourage you and be like, this is not the end of the world.
Exactly.
You can do it again.
Exactly.
Like even when they go these Olympic medal, and sometimes you hear the coaches and they are like,
You know,
you
the
were second,
speeches. Yeah.
but you gave your best, and that's what matters.
mhm.
And you see, and that's the thing, because it keeps the children going. It keeps
Right.
people. It gives them that courage
it does.
to
It
keep
does.
fighting and keep pushing till they get it right.
I mean, there is then the conversation to be had about
Yeah.
balance,
Right.
Because some of these foreign cultures also begin to institute this sense that the bare minimum effort is enough. You know, where I hear now there's this thing called participation trophies. And in a game, regardless of who loses or
Yeah,
wins, everybody
it.
on the team gets a trophy.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's nice for you know, building up the child's self-confidence and courage and all that. But we need to also make the point here that the courage is so that you can put in the work. I mean, if you have the courage and you're not doing any of the work, you failed again.
You failed
You
again.
failed again.
Exactly. So it's just you trying to find a balance between not giving up and still keep pushing.
Exactly.
Not giving up and still keep pushing. And I mean, this is just to encourage anyone that out there that you feel like you failed. You've only failed when you give up.
Yeah.
Failure is only when you give up.
Exactly.
If you keep pushing, you've never failed.
And on that note, we would like to go for a short music break. We'll be back very soon.
Welcome back. This is Family Morning. It's a fresh day. You can follow us on all social media platforms at Family Morning GH, and also at Family Social GH on all social media platforms. And our YouTube is FamilyTube GH. So you can watch us on YouTube and leave some comments on what we've spoken about success and Winston Churchill's quote for the day. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal, but courage
is what counts.
Exactly. So send us your comments about it and what your views on it on our social media platforms. So, I mean, it's now today in history. I mean, we have a lot for you, really. So, Eugenia, would you like to Tell us.
I would love to. So we're starting off with Marcus Garvey.
Right.
And what we're discussing under that is the Back to Africa program that he launched in New York City today in history. So the year is 1920, and Marcus Garvey launches this program, which generally is purporting or, trying to interest the Black community that are living abroad as slaves into returning to the homeland in Africa, because they were taken from different African countries and then they were taken abroad to work as slaves. So Marcus Garvey was, bringing this program there, this Back to Africa program, to help these Black slaves return to the country. Now, it wasn't met with, a lot of joy and warmth. There were some people that, were opposed to it. Which is why one of the quotes that he made about it is quite funny for me. He says that, "I have no desire to take all Black people back to Africa. There are Blacks who are no good here and will likewise be no good there." Which is quite a stiff rebuttal from Marcus Garvey to all the people who were opposing him.
Right. I mean, you see, how would I put it? I've come to kind of understand that there are some people that will never appreciate your efforts.
Right.
There are people that will never understand your vision. And there are people that will refuse to follow your vision. So if you decide to do things based on what people think about what you want to do and what people's opinion about your vision or opinion about how to go about things, you will never really do anything.
That's true though.
So his initiative to bring Black people back to Africa, listen, if that is what he wants to do, and some Black people were happy about it because they got to come back to their motherland.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the issue about it? So I mean, like they say, the haters will always hate, but
there's definitely that. But the amazing thing is that he wasn't just doing it alone. He was actually part of a social movement that was dubbed Universal Negro Improvement Association. Now, you have to understand that slavery had it had put Black people or African Americans at the time in a very difficult position. And so social groups like these, like the Universal Negro Improvement Association and programs like Marcus Garvey's programs, were offering them a chance not just to reestablish themselves and return to their roots, but for employment, right? For funding and for, taking care of their family and taking care of their homes as well. And we really want to salute Marcus Garvey for starting this all the way back in 1914. And big ups to you. You're doing so great. Now, speaking of great people, this next person is superhuman. I have no other words to describe him. He literally is superwoman. It is the one and only Michael Phelps.
Woo! But man, that man is more than a dolphin. Listen.
Honestly, at this point, we have to look into his DNA and we have to check the makeup of the coding in the DNA.
I mean, Michael Phelps is Aquaman. That's the only way I can describe him. Because, I mean, the man can swim. The man,
ladies and gentlemen, after several awards and winning so many medals, all praise has to say for Michael Phelps.
Oh no,
the man can swim.
No, listen. Like when I think about it, I mean, he's a sign. He's an example that consistency can take you far.
Definitely.
You understand? Consistency can take you far. But you see, when people do things like this, I mean, it makes me realize that, listen, we've really, like this human body, I don't think we've really tapped into our full capabilities.
Right. I definitely see that.
We haven't, because he has won, from what I know, he has won about 28 medals.
Olympic medals.
Listen,
that's a great feat that very few people can boast of. Even speaking of one Olympic medal, I'm talking about more than
And I
That's
hear
amazing.
he has bagged about 5 golden medals.
You know,
Five gold medals.
it's also it's a
Come
testament
on.
to the quotes that we were speaking about earlier. Because
Exactly.
the Olympics is no child's play.
At
It's
all.
no child's play at
At
all,
all.
and there definitely had to be failures and challenges
I'm sure.
along the way and
Yeah.
along the path, and you can definitely tell that he's a resilient sort of person.
Yeah.
He kept at it. He's
kept
improved over the years. He's in a class of his own. Like at this point, it's like he's a cheat code.
Yeah, yeah. I remember one. I don't think it was the Olympics. I think when they were preparing for the Olympics, and some of these young ones that came around had to, enter the competition with him. Like they are racing, for qualifications and all of that. They are supposed to qualify for the Olympics and all of that. And you could see how some of them, even like after the race, and they were interviewing how they admired him, that to them it was just an honor just to swim by him, because we are talking about a man that you've watched over the years, and now you get to
and I can just imagine the
him.
excitement they must have felt,
Exactly.
Probably discussing things with him and asking him for tips. It's amazing.
Listen.
But the reason we're celebrating him today in history is because today in 2009 he won his 5th gold medal as part of the US 4x100 meter medley relay team. And I mean, we just want to say congratulations. We want to show some gratitude for the things that we learned from his life. I think he's one of the most humble people as well. Like watching some of his interviews, having gotten to the level he has gotten to, I definitely, I'll be throwing some S if I was him, but he genuinely seems like a humble person. Someone that's easily approachable. And we just big ups to you, Michael Phelps.
We salute. I'll probably come for some training.
Praise please.
Listen, I gotta get my swimming.
Moving on.
Oh my God.
2018 is the year we're looking at, and today in history, in 2018, Apple becomes the first American public listed company to reach 1 trillion. I have to clear my throat. 1 trillion in value.
1 trillion, like
I can't even count up to a trillion.
I was there when this news like just broke out, and I was like, what?
I like how you started with "I was there." It shows your position at the time.
Yeah, like I was like actually about my own business, when all of a sudden this news just breaks out and say
1 trillion
Apple is 1 trillion, and I'm like, what? Wait, what?
And I mean that's what we have as public information or general knowledge. We don't know if there's probably more value to the company aside from their public listings, and it definitely again shows resilience. It's a company that has grown in leaps and bounds over the years. Definitely become a really hot commodity.
I'm telling
Literally, no young person wants to hold an Android anymore. Everybody wants, Apple products.
An Apple product.
Yes,
like,
and
crazy.
they've really, I think their marketing is really what helps them.
Their marketing is just, it's admirable, honestly, because the idea that like they've sold an idea. They sold an idea because when you check, even when the tech guys are doing their comparisons, even with other products, especially the phones, they make you understand that the iPhone is not even the best. But the fact that they've been able to sell you an idea that, listen,
yes,
it's not the best, but if you are not holding it, you are not the best. That kind of, it's like that's what they're trying to tell you.
That's exactly what it is.
Listen, right now everyone wants to hold it. I mean,
everyone wants to have said at least once in my life I owned an iPhone, right?
You understand?
But let's not let the iPhone take the time away from us. We want to say a happy birthday. Today is also Mary Louise Parker's birthday. She was born in 1964. A lovely actress. I love her works.
Amazing. And also Mario Balotelli, for all the soccer fans. Today is Mario Balotelli's birthday, 1990. Mario Balotelli.
Wow.
Also player. Also player.
I mean, I don't know too much about football. I know a little about it, but I don't. I try. Here's what happened. I started learning it, and then I realized that whenever another male recognizes that, oh, I know what is going on, it offends them. It was so weird for me.
It's just guys and their weird ego sometimes.
Well, speaking of weird things, we're going to talk about inventions. But this is weirdness that is good for you. Because sometimes we have to break the mold to come up with innovations.
Right.
And so we're going to talk about one innovation that honestly I'm using an updated version of right now. And it's the telephone.
The telephone.
I mean, see, Alexander Graham Bell did us a great service by doing this. And I feel like his mother was prophetic.
Why?
Let me tell you why.
Oh, I see where you're going with it.
So
I see where you're going with it. Okay, let me let you land so that I can react afterwards. Okay.
So I think that his mother was prophetic because she decided in her heart that she will marry a man called Bell. And that their son will carry the name Graham Bell. So that as the phone rings, you hear the
Bell. I see what you do. Listen. You're not a poet for nothing. You're not a poet for nothing.
I certainly am not. Forgive me if I'm being cheesy, but it's definitely an invention that has changed the trajectory of human life and communication as we know it.
Right. I mean, the telephone has come to help in so many ways. Now you can talk to people. I mean, not just people in your country that are far off, but outside. We're talking about international. You can have, and by the grace of God, because of, and this is what you see. This is the beautiful thing about invention. It's always the foundation to the future. Like okay, if we can do this, inventions always make human beings realize if we can do this, then this is possible.
Exactly.
You get it? So we went from telephones to it has to ring landline, you hold it, now to mobile phones. Flips.
Yes.
You know, and then the
one with the big antenna, the Nokias, the trustworthy Nokias.
And then now
and then the BlackBerry craze, everybody had to have the
BlackBerry, and then the iPhone came, and then the Samsungs and the
it's
the
amazing.
And
I think that one amazing other thing is I remember my mother telling me a story of how initially when telephones came out, you had to go to a comm center to make a call, and you have to like join the queue. I had zero clue what that must have felt like. I can't imagine needing to call praise and then actually I have to go and join the queue. I have to pay money, and then like when we are talking stuff, I can't relax. And then like the next night calls. We're talking today and then somebody's doing things behind you.
The late night calls. I mean, I do remember going to those. Listen, hey.
Now,
hey.
Tell.
I do remember like when I was younger, sometimes go with my dad or my mom and go make a call.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes. And then before we finally got a landline in the house and all of that. So I remember the latter part of that era.
Right.
Then again, I'm sure probably because maybe Ghana didn't just enter into or embrace that era, the new era of phones as quickly. But yeah, I mean, I happened to just experience just a little bit of it. And I mean, I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, so if I have to make a call, I have to come here, put a coin, okay.
It's
and
amazing.
Then later on, other phones came up, and I mean, by the time I was old enough to have a phone,
Right. Speaking of, the fact that we've gone from the telephone to, other versions and finally landed on the mobile phone.
Right.
I want to talk about an app on the mobile phone that was invented that is saving us from Ghana directions. If you are ever lost in Ghana, let me advise you. Don't ask a stranger for directions. You will go around and come back to the place. Listen, we use landmarks that are not fixed.
But hold on, come on. We've used
defend them.
We listen. Let's cut Ghanaians some slack. Let's cut ourselves some slack. We've used this for years.
And I'm not objecting to that. I'm just saying the watches seller is no longer that spot. I'm just saying.
I get it. But you know, back then, even now, when you have to pick a bus, a trotro or a trotsky, the name of the bus stop is named after the one landmark that was there,
which sometimes is no longer there.
It's no longer
and
there.
Can be confusing to someone new to the area.
I know, like when you pick a card and they'll say blue kiosk and you realize that there's actually no blue kiosk.
Listen,
but
there's no blue kiosk. There's no kiosk anymore. There's no kiosk anymore. And yes, I mean, I get the whimsy of it. It's funny, you know, and it's all well and good. And so they tell you to take 3 left turns and a right turn, and you realize, wait, wasn't this where I was before? GPS has come to save the day.
Yeah,
yes, we're talking about the global positioning system invented by Roger Easton. Roger, wherever you are, I thank you. You have been very helpful to a lost young lady several times. You know, the GPS is a very good way to navigate, you know, your way around, even foreign places that you're not familiar with, without having to engage in stranger danger or anything of the sort.
Exactly.
Or confusing.
Or no wrong turns.
No, the one that kills me, the one that really gives me more love for my people. Go on.
Yeah, the one that say, "Oh, you keep going." Like when you
you
see some woman selling plantain. At that point, right beside her, there's a gutter. Then you cross it. Then you cross to the left.
Oh Lord!
And then, so what if there was a development that happened at that side, and the gutter is no longer there?
My point.
And then
exactly.
But I mean, hey.
It
still makes it interesting.
It definitely does. I mean, we add our own spice to everything. And the next invention that we want to talk about is by Philip Dell, and it's the ceiling fan. Now, living under this hot climate, I honestly can say that this is one thing that all Ghanaians, you know, are happily embracing in their homes, in their offices, and literally any structure that you put up. You have to have the ceiling fan there. If not, you know, you have to put alternatives.
I mean, the ceiling fan is a blessing.
Definitely.
Listen, because I mean, especially the country we are in, where it's like, if it's not summer, if it's not where it's dry, like it's just the sun throughout.
Right.
You get it. So you need a fan.
You definitely do. You need
I
to cool down.
I remember I went to the north, and the heat there.
Tell me about
the
it.
heat there was so much that, I mean, even the ceiling fan was blowing hot air.
Okay. Now this makes me remember an experience, right? And here's where I think that you know, we have to upgrade to some internal cooling system rather than an external cooling system. Have you ever, you know, been in a room with the fan on, right? But this room is an exam room. And tell me you don't relate to this. Listen, but you open the exam sheet and you start sweating profusely.
You are making my mind go and take memories from the library that I don't want to remember. Listen, I remember this. Now you've made me remember this. I remember this exam.
Oh.
So I don't know who sent me.
Oh.
But an art student choosing art and everything, and then for for IGs, so O levels, and then I ended up adding art math.
Wait, so you didn't just add math?
I added art math, so additional math, or what Ghanaians would call elective math.
Right.
And now this is me, the first test. And listen, where we are is so airy. But this is your boy. This is your boy in a mood like I'm hot and cold at the same time. Goosebumps running from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet. And like, I'm like, what is going on? Like, why are there so many alphabets? Like
That's one thing I never understood. You know, the mixture of numbers and words is really confusing. But I mean, let's not get too caught up. And please, for any future inventors out there, please share your experiences with us. And I mean, if you are an inventor out there, please upgrade from the ceiling fan, the external ones. We need internal ones for serious conditions like the exam conditions. You know, as well. Right. I mean, now, I mean, we talked about, you know, the GPS coming around and, you know, how it has helped us. But I want to know that other people have felt my pain. So if you're out there, please go out on all our socials and share with us some experiences you've had with Ghanaians directing you. Hey. I really want to hear your stories.
Please, we want to hear. So please just do that right now at Family Morning GH. Family Morning GH on all social media platforms. And also at Family Social GH on all social media platforms. If you're watching on YouTube at Family Tube GH, you can send in your comments on Ghanaian directions. And you know, just hashtag Family Morning It's a Fresh Day. Just hashtag us and then let us know, like, tell us your experience.
Tell
because
us your pain. Me, I can relate with you. I can't. I tell you.
Because some of us have been lost in our own country before. You understand? So please do that. Please do that as soon as you can.
Yes. And you can also visit our website, www.familytvghana.com. We would love to have you interact with us and, you know, tell us more. But here's a place where you won't get lost. When you go on a trip with Family Vacation, trust that we will have you covered. Please make sure to contact us. We have several trips lined up. With amazing people coming along. You definitely want to be one of them.
Exactly.
So hop on that bus.
Exactly. And one major trip that is being worked on right now is Universal Studios in Singapore.
Amazing.
So this is like killing two birds with one stone. You are not just going to one of the most cleanest countries in the world. You are also going to Universal Studios. And the amazing thing is you get to go to these places with your family. So make sure you register. The numbers will be on your screen. You can also go to our website, like Eugenia said, and you know, let's hop on this trip.
Let's plan something.
I'm telling you. So we have to go on a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Family Morning, and it's a fresh day. So, I mean, if you're just joining us, well, you can get interactive with us on all social media platforms at Family Morning GH, and also at Family Social GH on all social media platforms. You can also leave your comments on our YouTube channel at Family Tube GH. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button and make sure you subscribe so that you can always get prompts when Family Morning It's a Fresh Day is on.
Exactly. Anyways, and you can also go to our website, which is www.familytvghana.com.
That's right.
We're ready for you with everything there. Yeah. Now, yesterday we started something and we didn't finish it.
Yeah.
We're here. We keep our promises over here at Family Morning.
We never leave you hanging.
Well, we didn't leave them hanging, but we came back for them, you know, with great ideas and amazing things. We really have a very interesting lineup for you. I think this is more for the adventurous family. You know, I feel like the first few, you know, we have different family dynamics. You know, there are some families that prefer laid back. Exactly, you know, just chill vibes.
Chill. Nothing too extra.
No extra, you know. But we have a few ideas that are a little out of the box, and you need to try them because you have to try something new every once in a while.
Exactly.
As a family, you learn new things about yourself and you bond closer.
Right.
Praise, what's the first thing that we want to suggest to our friends?
Camping.
Woo, woo.
Camping adventures. Now, listen, I mean, I don't know where in Ghana you can go and camp. Because usually, like, the ideas we have about camping is like you find some forest.
Like in the wilderness.
Yeah.
I mean, if you are talking forest, technically, we do have the forest.
No, it's the problem is not having the forest. The problem is
camping grounds.
Camping grounds plus we're in a country where, but for all you know, you are at a sacred
Well, I mean,
place where they'll tell you that it's for
right
the gods and listen,
there's several implications.
Yeah, so
right.
what we're even discussing actually during the break was that you can actually try. I don't know about some of you, but back then we used to do pillow fortress. So we have this whole pillow camping vibe. So you build your fortress with pillows and sometimes blankets, cushions and stuff. And then it's like
fairy lights.
Yeah. So you can easily do that on your lawn, on your porch.
Exactly.
If you have a garden in your house,
you don't even have to go outside for it.
Exactly. Within your
living room experience.
And it makes it even more interesting.
It does, but you know what? Speaking of camping at home but making it interesting, I feel like I want to be in a scenario where I get home and I tell my husband and my kids, today everybody's sleeping outside. Just to see their reaction.
That command, they'll be like,
what is going on? What's she saying?
Mommy, what did I do? Mommy, what did I do? But yeah, you guys need to try.
Yeah, definitely.
Listen.
And there are several activities you can do. You can have camp stories. You can, make some camp snacks. But for some tales.
Yeah.
Tell some stories. Some riddles.
Yeah.
I've had a few crazy riddles in the past few days.
Really? Would you like to share?
Well.
Okay. Hey.
Well.
Feel free. Would you like to share?
No, actually, I remember one you told me not too long ago, and I didn't agree with the answer to the riddle.
Oh.
Please tell it, please.
Okay, so
be on my side.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you this riddle, and I want you to drop your answers on our social media platforms. Let's get interactive. So this is the riddle. The riddle is, what question can you not answer yes to?
Say it again.
What question can you not answer yes to?
Okay.
So please please send your your answers, your guesses, your opinions on our social media platforms at Family Morning GH and also at Family Social GH. Just send it there. If you're watching on YouTube, after liking, sharing, and subscribing, you can just leave a comment with your answer. That's at FamilyTube GH. So please let me know, because I have my answer. Eugenia gave her answer.
Which is the right answer, of course.
No, but I'm the one who brought the riddle.
The people.
Okay, fine.
The people will decide for us. So tomorrow, by this time, we'll be discussing, or maybe we'll give it some time.
Sometimes so
build up some competition. And trust me, I'll be the right one, you'll be the wrong one.
Wow.
Now, another idea that you can implement to bring your family together and close is something that I relate to a lot. Yeah. I have a lot of siblings. When I tell you I have a lot of siblings.
Nice.
I have a lot of siblings. And it's a good thing. It's a great thing to be surrounded by such a large family.
Exactly.
We love. And most families in our demographic tend to be large families. So this idea is that the parents go on one-on-one date nights with the children.
Wow.
So like every child gets to have, special time with mommy and daddy by themselves.
Wow.
And I think this is very important, especially for families where they have about 5-7 kids, it's good to be, identified, individually and be shown that special attention.
Yeah, it's true, because the chances of one of the siblings feeling like they are not, sometimes when you have so many children, it looks like you are favoring one more than the other.
It definitely feels like that sometimes.
Sometimes one sibling will feel like, this sibling is getting more attention than me. Why is that so?
And I mean, the best way to resolve that is the next point, and that's to have family council meetings. Right. So everybody sits down You come with a list of maybe the things that are happening in the family you're not happy with, and the things that you are happy with, and that helps you as a family to bond, to grow, to learn from each other. And parents, don't be afraid to learn from your children. It doesn't take anything away from
at
you,
all,
and it actually makes them respect you more. Listen to your kids, and kids, your parents have been around for a long while, and it pays to take heed to their advice.
Exactly. You can also do, another thing they can also do is celebrating obscure holidays. So
Interesting.
we are looking at like when they say there's National Chocolate Day or World Egg Day. You know, you got World Egg Day. I mean, you guys can do a very huge omelet. Maybe fry like, so if you are a family of 5 and usually each person gets like 2 eggs, you can do like that means that will be like a total of 10 eggs. So
I
you
mean,
can
that's
just
a
fry
lot of eggs, fry all together. Everybody will eat. You can do chibo, which is a very special bread and egg.
Yeah, chibo is what we call bread and egg.
Bread and egg in Ghana is called chibo. Listen, it's not the same as bread and egg.
It's not.
It just has something extra to it.
Yeah, it's just different.
And we save the best for the last. The last point is family prayer. A family that prays together stays together. So make sure that you pray together and you stay together. And with this, we've run out of time all too soon. We have to say goodbye. But we can't say goodbye without remembering
we have Family Expo coming up.
Hey.
And when we say Family Expo, that reminds us that Family TV is celebrating 8 years of safe television for your family and all families around the world. So Family TV went live for the first time on 1st September 2014 at exactly, are you ready? At exactly 1 a.m. And that's also like a today in history. I think on 1st September we'll do today in history.
We'll do a family
family morning history.
Fresh day. It's a fresh day, but it's a day in history.
It's a day, you know. So I mean, and we are celebrating that with the Family Expo.
Right.
So Family Expo is happening from the 1st of September to the 3rd of September. Now, listen, you have to be a part of this. If you want to be a part of it, so Family Expo is basically International Children Parenting Edutainment trade show. So it's for families to come and just enjoy a lot of things. A lot of things will be sold. A lot of activities will be there for the children. And I mean, listen, it's for families. So and once you're an individual, you are definitely part of a family. So we definitely want to see them because we are going to be there. So you can get, if you want more inquiries, you want more information about Family Expo, you can call the number on your screen or visit our website at www.familytvghana.com to get more information. We also have Family Vacation, which we told you about, which is the fact that we'll be going to Universal Studios in Singapore. Listen, guys, you have to be on that trip.
Definitely
really have
make
to be
it
on
a
that
point
trip. You really have to be on that trip. I mean, we would have gone back. We love you so much that we want to stay and do family morning with you.
Just
because
with you.
It's a fresh day with you.
Always.
And then we also have Family Depot, which is the mall in your pocket. So instead of picking a car and going to the mall and walking around and do a lot of window shopping, hey, why don't you take out your phone and open the mall in your pocket with Family Depot? And finally, we also have Family Kicks, which is an amazing platform or amazing shop or amazing service where you get all the best shoes. We're talking from sneakers to dress shoes to Chelsea boots to, I mean, all of them, chukes and all of that. Listen, just get on with Family Kicks. That you can also get on our website at familytvghana.com. So we would love to see you at Family Expo. And Virginia, anything for the people?
I think we really don't want to say goodbye so soon, but time is up and we can't leave without saying a big up thank you to our sponsors and our partners. We want to say that to our Car City Hotel, Classic Blush for my makeup, and my outfit, which is by Powerless Clothing, and Praise looking smart as usual.
Urban Cognitive.
Exactly. We also have Family Cakes, Family Depot, Thai Swag, and Family Vacation to thank for all their sponsorship and their partnership with us. Exactly. Remember, it's the Family Morning.
It's a fresh day. To see you.
Stay blessed.